Good morning. I can't stand too close to the camera because I've got the lights on, sort of blinding me. How are we this morning? I think I'm ever so slightly 10 seconds early, which is a miracle of technology. But I hope everyone's feeling well. Okay, so it's not the greatest day we've ever had, but it is due to clear up a little bit later. And the session we've got today, we've got lots of lovely movements. You're going to walk away feeling, number one, less stiff and thoroughly stretched out. We're going to give you a little bit of an aerobic workout more than anything today. So you're going to get those endorphins going. Your breath's going to be coming just a little bit faster, but we're not going to overdo it. So I'm really aware that maybe some of the movements we do might occasionally maybe aggravate the knee joint or the hip joint. So try and listen into your body and don't think, oh, I better do it because Sarah says we're doing it. If you think, that's no good for me, just do a little walk on the spot or do something that works for you, and then we can come back to it at another time. Right then, she says, the pigeon is perched on the window. He's flicking the raindrops off him. The dog is nowhere to be seen, which means let's get started. So I'm just checking the camera angle here. We're all right. So we're going to just take those feet hip width apart, and we're going to start with just a nice little bit of breathing. So we're going to take that breath in, and as we do that, we're going to squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. And as you breathe out, we're just going to let those shoulders slide away. So it's not been an easy week, chums. It's not been an easy week. It's been a little bit grey. We've not had much opportunity for social contact. So let's just forget that. Just look to the future. November, the whatever it is, isn't far away, and we'll be able to meet up with our chums again. So we're just going to take that little breath in, and we're going to push that breath out. And we're going to think about just looking after ourselves as best we can over the next few days, which means movement, eating well, relaxing, sleeping well. So we need to look after ourselves for all those things to happen so that when November the 9th comes, we will be full of beans and raring to go. So let's take this little walk on the spot. We're going to take that long spine. So if I turn this way, just notice if you tend to do this a little bit, or if you this is my favorite position. I do this a lot. I notice myself when I'm doing this with you, just sticking your bottom out. So see if you can just create some space in this area here. Lengthen through that tummy and try not to stick that bottom out. And we're going to steady those feet again. Now let's just see if we can take a little roll of those shoulders. And as the shoulders come down, let's slide those shoulder blades all the way down the back, slide them down towards that bottom. So we're going to take a little breath in and we're going to breathe out. Now let's take some toe taps. So at this point in the warm-up, we've done a little bit of movement. Just check that you're feeling well. If you're feeling slightly odd or if you're feeling unwell, this probably isn't the session to do. Sometimes we can feel a little bit tired and jaded, and we actually feel better for a little bit of movement. But if that's not the case at this point, I'm going to allow you to bow out. So it's great to exercise if you're well. It's not good to do formal exercise if you're not well. Okay, now we're taking those little toe taps forwards, really warming up the front of those ankles, and then we're going to take some heel digs. So I'll just show you from this angle. And we're going to remember with these heel digs, okay, that we're standing nice and tall, drawing that toe up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to hold it there. You might need to hold onto the wall because we're going to take a little bit of an extra ankle warm up. So we're going to put the heel and that big toe onto the same spot on the carpet. Good. Really push that toe down, draw that toe up. And then we'll change legs. So I like to have a little bit of support so I can focus very much on the movement in the ankle itself. Brilliant. And if you can, same spot on the carpet. And once you've got that movement, try not to just look at that foot. See if you can then lift that chest. And then we're just going to walk it out. We're going to walk it out. So we'll see if we can just take a little bit of arm movement up to shoulder level and back down. And as the arms come back down, just let them relax, lift that chest. And again, we can focus on that breath in and breath out. Good. We're just taking those arms to shoulder level, bringing it down. And then we're going to think about just taking the arms out to the side. So if two of you are standing together, you may actually have to do that. Just really nice and gentle. No higher than shoulder level. Brilliant. And then we're just going to take one more. And we're going to bring it down. Good. Now, let's take those feet a little bit wider. Let's warm up this lower back. I'm going to soften my knees and I'm going to tuck my bottom under. Let's lift that rib cage out of the hips, lengthen through the spine. So we're going to lift the rib cage out to the hips, lengthen all the way through that spine. We'll do the same on the other side. Good. All the way through. Excellent work, guys. So we're just getting that little bit of gentle movement between the vertebrae. So if you think about the back and the bones, there's just lots of little segments, lots of little joints. So we're just gently, gently. That's my dog you can hear in the background. God, dog equivalent to some sort of massive horn. Now, we're going to walk it out again. Now, let's think about elbows bent, just gently moving those elbows forwards and backwards. I'll just walk to the door, shut the door so you can't hear that abject noise. Good stuff. We're just going to move those elbows, get a little bit of movement in those shoulders. Good. Now, let's just take it down again. Let's think about warming up this mid part of the spine, and we're going to do some little twists. Now, I'm going to get you to take your fingertips together, and we're going to see if you can keep this chin in line with the fingertips. So it's a really small little movement, nice relaxed shoulders, little twist, bring it back to center. Now, while you're doing that, imagine those headlights on your hip bones. So you're actually not allowing those hips to move. The movement's all coming from here. Brilliant. All coming from here. So as anything with this back, we want this to be a little bit gentle. Good. Here's Sam. Don't you dare bark in this class, young man. Okay, so we're just going to come back to center, take a little walk on the spot. Now, while we're walking on the spot, we're just going to push out, draw those arms back as if we were doing a wall press. Here he is, Sam Tag, very excited. Oh no, he's going to talk to me again. He's just so loud. One more of these. We're going to bring it in and we're going to steady those feet. Now let's see if we can just take a little knee bend, gently reach. Take a little knee bend, make sure those knees are bending in line with that back big toe. Little reach. We're going to do one more either side. And there, the tag boys are home. And we're going to walk it out. Good stuff. So we're just walking on the spot. Now, let's see if we can steady those feet. Let's warm up those hips a little bit. Let's take some little taps out to the side. So remember with that warm-up, smaller range, gradually building to a bigger range. And it may be that your range isn't as big as the person next to you. It's probably, well, we're not going to say about my range. It's getting smaller. But we're going to bring it in and then we're going to take those little squeezes behind us. Little squeeze behind you. Open up those hips. So we're keeping a nice long back. Just nice open hips. Squeeze these bottoms. Try not to overarch that back. We're going to go 4. Good. 3. We'll add a bicep curl. 2. and 1. And then we're going to take that little pedal. 1 heel at a time. 1 heel at a time. Good. Really get that warm up. We're going to roll these shoulders, and then we're going to add some elbow circles. Nice long body. Good. Nice long body. And then we're going to bring those heels down. Let's see if we can slide 1 foot behind you. Gently press the heel of that back foot towards the floor. Lift that heel, bring it in, back to that little pedal. So I'll show you from a different angle. We're going to bring the heels down, slide that foot behind you, press the heel of that back foot to the floor. And then we're going to lift that heel, bring it back. Let's see if we can take some knee lifts. And again, let's just gradually build the range. Gradually build the range. Really focus on drawing those hip bones together and just gradually lifting the knees to your, well, not the full range necessarily, but the range you feel comfortable with. And then we're going to bring it down. Just walk those feet out just a little bit wider, and then we're going to see if we can pick those heels off the floor. Good. Now, I've got a feeling today the internet may not be as reliable as sometimes. So if you find you're flicking in and out, do not worry. If you think, oh, I've missed some, just pick a move and do it till you come back in, okay? The main thing is that we're just going to keep that movement going. All right, now bring it down, guys. We're just going to walk it out. And we're going to see if we can take that nice movement with the arms again. And then we're going to move that into a punch forwards. Now, let's see if we can punch down. Good. Really get those shoulders moving. Punch forwards. Now, let's see if we can punch one way, back to center. And we're going to punch the other way. Good. And it's a good way of seeing if you've got enough room around you. Brilliant. Forwards. And the other side. And then we're going to come back to the front. We're just going to let these arms swing, and we're going to take those toe taps. Good. So let those arms swing. Tap those toes out. Great stuff. Great stuff. Now, let's just slow it down. Bring it back. And while we're just slowly tapping out, let's walk this hand over that shoulder. Give ourselves a little pat on the back. Brilliant. And bring it down. We're going to do the same on the other side. So walk that hand over the shoulders, little pat on the back, and we're going to release. Lovely. Now we're going to take those taps out to the side, and we're going to bring it in. And if we can, we're just going to take that little pec deck movement out and in. Good. So we're just opening out the chest. Draw those shoulder blades together. See if you can keep looking straight ahead and draw that chin to the back of the neck. So sometimes it can hurt the neck a little bit as we open out that chest. And usually it's because we've either got that chin raised or poking forwards. So find that comfortable position. Now, if you can, we're going to step out. We're going to just open up. Give me a hug. Bring it in. We're going to step to the other side. And you're going to open up, give me a hug, really open up that chest. Brilliant. So let's do that one more, either side. Open up, give me a hug. You can feel that stretch across the chest and the shoulders. Brilliant. And then we're going to bring it in, bring those arms down, walk it out. So let's see if we can just take a nice circle with this arm. So we're going to lead with the thumb. And again, some of us will have injuries to the shoulders, so this might be your full circle. Just explore your range. And then we're going to take one more on this side. And we're going to bring it down. Let's see if we can do the same on this side. So we're just exploring that range. Brilliant. Okay, I'm feeling better already. I don't mind that it's a bit grey and damp. I'm with my friends and we're having a brilliant session. Well, a brilliant warm-up so far. Now we're going to reach up. We're going to see if we can bring these arms down. As the arms come down, just take a little mini squat. So those heels are down. We're dropping that bottom behind the heels. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. Good. So we're just going to straighten the legs, create a little mini squat. And we're going to take one more. Really open up these shoulders, this chest. And we're going to bring it down. And we're going to take some little kicks forwards. So this is going to be one of our first... Should I start again? Little kicks are going to be one of our first things. Now, we've got a choice of what we can do with it. We can take a chest press. Okay. We could take a little bit of rotation. So we could push, but balance-wise, watch out. So we could do something like that, as if we were sort of canoeing, all right? So it's up to you. And we're going to just kick it out. Brilliant. Let's just bring those feet in. Let's practice some side steps. Okay, we're going to go side steps. Now, remember, we can keep that range of movement smaller if things are feeling a little bit challenging. To make it harder, we can make the range bigger with that same speed. To make it more challenging aerobically, we could take it faster. And to make it more challenging again, we can add some arms. Okay. Now I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to walk it out. There's one little move I want to show you before we get going properly. We're going to be doing some side taps. We're going to be doing some side steps. So we're just going to walk it out. I'm going to show you a little coordination. We're going to take 2 steps to the side, and then we're going to take 2 jacks. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to step together, step together. We're going to jack in and jack in. Back the other way. Step together, jack in and jack in. Walk it out, my friends. So we're walking it out. Let yourself have a little bit of water if you need it and a comfort break. If the moves that require a little bit more coordination aren't working for you and they're interfering with your workout, just choose one thing, steps or the side taps, okay? Now, I am going to get the music going. I've got my stopwatch going already. I'm just going to try and encourage Sam to move a little bit more. He's just got no motivation today. And we've got about 30 seconds before we get started. So let me get the music, maestro. And let's do it. Okay. All right, can you hear that okay? Hopefully, you can always send me a little message if it's no good. Right, so we're going to do 50 seconds with a 10-second recovery. If you need to recover sooner, or if you want to do a whole minute of the exercise, that's fine. Listen to your body. Remember, you can use the chair if you need it. All right, are we ready? Kicking. Okay, little kicks. Now, you can keep those kicks nice and low. You can make them faster. Just control it. Now, what we're looking for is a really nice bit of control in this trunk. So use these tummy muscles. Draw that tummy button just away from the waistband of the trouser. Just not 100%, about 30% of your maximum. Now, if we want to work a little bit harder, we can add that bicep curl. We can add that chest press. Brilliant, guys. Okay, so we're cooking on gas. We've got about 15 seconds left on this station. If that breath feels it's coming too fast, just take the arms out, stay with the legs. We want to keep the feet moving, because if we stop with the feet, you might start to feel a little bit dizzy. Okay, recovery coming up. I'm going to walk it out now. Whoo, that's a good start. So side taps next. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Tap and in. Good. Now, I'm going to speed it up for me. You go whatever speed is right for you. I've got a little bit of arm movement. Now, if you're smacking the person next to you, just change the arm movement. Whatever you like. Bicep curls work quite well. Brilliant, guys. Now keep that nice long. Again, it's tempting to do this. Squeeze that bottom, lift that chest. Let's think about how we hold ourselves all the time. It'll have a real impact on how you hold yourself day to day. Have an impact on those core muscles. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to walk it out. This is our recovery 10 seconds. So we've got a little bit more aerobic work. We're going to take those heel kicks. So feet a little bit wider, squeezing that heel towards the bottom. Now, if the knees are sore, we want to try and move them a little bit, but we can just keep that range quite small. You can actually make it harder by adding arm movement. So, up to you guys. Good. Now again, keep that chest lifted. Really draw these hip bones together. Nice relaxed shoulders. Okay, now we're going to smile. Ding! Brilliant. Okay, another 10 seconds on this one. You can also, I really like a little pulse for this one, I have to say. Really start to get the backs of the arms, backs of the shoulders, all that upper back moving. And we're going to walk it out. Now, we're going to go straight in some upper body, guys. So we're going to take the wall press. Remember those elbows slightly lower than the shoulders. We're going to take those hands onto the wall. Take your feet wherever you feel comfortable. And we're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now remember, you can take the feet a bit further away from the wall to make it harder. You might have to slide the hands down the wall a little bit. Good. Brilliant. And while we're doing this, we're keeping that chin drawn to the back of the neck. So as the nose comes over the fingertips, try not to lift that chin. We don't want you to bash your nose, but just start to push away instead. Okay? That's brilliant. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. You got another one? Another 2? Don't do it if you've had enough. And walk it out. Great stuff, guys. So we're going to take some side steps next. This way, just singles if you can. Step together. Good. Now we're stepping with the outside of that foot. Good. Then I'm going to go a little bit faster. Ready? Go. Good. So if we're going a little bit faster, you might need to make the steps a little bit smaller. If you decide that's too fast, we could make the steps a little bit bigger and slower. Okay, I'm sort of stuck on the beat of the music. Now, what about these arms? Let's take that window cleaning. Brilliant, guys. Now, this is going to make that breath come a little bit faster. So if that's too much, take the arms out, just come back to the steps. Maybe change the arms. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Use that recovery. Now we've got knee lifts next. I'm going to give you a choice of arms. We can take that one, or we can take a bicep curl or no arms. Are we ready? Let's go. So this is the one that's probably going to make that breath come faster. Keep that chest lifted. We've got a nice bit of rotation for those golfers, tennis players, just anyone who actually works in the garden, does anything around the house. Now, if that's too much, but you want to use the arms, add that bicep curl. Brilliant. Slightly smaller muscle groups that we're using. Did anyone understand that? All right, brilliant. Good. Really keep that chest lifted. Oh, you are looking amazing this morning, guys. Keep it up. Woohoo! 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Whew. Okay. Oh my goodness, we've got lots of aerobic work backed in together today. That's my fault. I decided we did a functional strength session yesterday via Zoom, and I thought, well, today we're just going to focus on aerobic. So if you want to do a little bit more strength, then give me an email and I'll see if I can send you the link. Now, if you want to add those arms, you can. Brilliant. Now, this is quite a strong arm movement. Again, if you just want to make it smaller, you can. Good. So listen to that breathing. Yeah, we want it to come a little bit faster, but if you can't string more than if you can't string 3 or 4 words together, we're probably working a bit too hard. Fantastic. Some would say I'm not working hard enough. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, guys. Now we are going to put a little bit of leg strength in. I've got a really subtle little move for you to strengthen or help support the knee joints. So I'm going to show you here. We're going to hold on to something for support. We're going to stand nice and tall. Now the heel of this foot is down, and I'm just going to take one foot off the floor. I'm going to bend that knee very slightly, squeeze, straighten that leg. Bend and squeeze, straighten out that leg. You'll notice the muscles here working. Keep nice and tall. We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other leg. So this is all about supporting the knee joint. Squeeze and down. Squeeze. Brilliant. Nice and tall, guys. We're also using a little bit of balance. And we're going to straighten that leg. Now soften that knee. Walk it out. We're going to change sides. So try and stand on the other leg now, like it's a tiny little movement. But when we bend that knee, we need to be bending it in line with that big toe. Good, I'm just going to show you this angle so you can see it's not a big knee bend. It's just a little taking it off lock, straightening. Good. Straightening. Brilliant. Straightening. Lovely. Straightening. You can put the other foot on the floor if you need to. Fantastic. I'm just checking the time. Last 2. Last 1. Brilliant. Walk it out gently, guys. Get those knees moving. So that's a really gentle but very effective leg strengthener. Okay. We are on side steps. 2 side steps, 2 jacks. So I'm going to start slowly and then we'll build up the speed. 3, 2, 1, we're going to step together, step. Now jack, jack, and in, jack, steps, step, together, step, and jacks, jack, and in, jack, and again, step, step, together, step, and jacks, tap, and in, tap, getting steps, good, and taps. Good. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster. How are we doing? Steps. Tap. Steps. Taps. 2 of each. Now, hoping everything's going all right there. If it's not, just step or just tap. 3, 2, 1, walk it out. Woo, we're dancing. Okay, let's punch. So we're going to march on the spot. Now, if you don't want to punch, you can just march on the spot. You can take those knees higher. You can take them lower. Now you can just get those arms moving. But if we can, we're going to jab, jab. Jab, jab. See if you can do a hook. 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 More jabs. Brilliant. Jab. Push those arms forwards. Jab it forwards. Brilliant, guys. Okay. Keep punching. Keep punching. Superb. We've got 2 more exercises after this, then we're going to have a little rest, just for a minute. 3, 2, 1. Okay, recover it out. Now, we might need our little dumbbells for this. We're actually going to work the shoulders. So if you know that the shoulders might not like this, you can choose something different. Otherwise, we're going to grab our Tims, our lightweights, and we're going to just start by gently moving those feet. Now, you can have those palms turned in or palms out. I'll show you here. Palms in. Good. Push. Control it down. Push. Control it down. Push. Control it down. Lovely. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, we can do both together. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Slower down than we push up. If you can. Breathe out. Now you can do this without any weight at all. Breathe out. Good. Let's see if we got 4 more. 4, 3. Good. It's all controlled. Now if you need to stop, just stop and march it out. 2 and 1. Brilliant, guys. So when we put the Tims down, keep that back nice and tall. March it out. Okay. So we're going to see if we can take some slightly wider knees. So we're going to take a little knee lift. And we're just going to take this hip slightly wider. So just going to do. Brilliant. That's great, guys. So we're just taking slightly wider hips. Excellent. Good. Now, from that wider stance, we're going to go back to those curls. Ready and curl. Fantastic, guys. So we're keeping those knees in line with that big toe. And we're going to pulse. Okay, I couldn't quite read my last thing. So I made it up. Okay. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March it out, guys. Little bit of recovery. So, little bit of recovery so you can have some water. Keep your feet moving. Keep your feet moving. Isn't that right, Sam? Because if you just stop, we're slightly higher than Sam is, and it's really hard to get that blood back up to the heart and the head without the aid of the calf muscles. So we can slow it down, but we can keep moving. Brilliant work. So we're going to go through those again. I cannot read my writing for the last one, but I'll do a little medley of mixtures, okay, just for us. So when you've had your water, when you've had maybe just a chance to see how you're feeling, then we're going to bring it back in. So if you found that really challenging, this might be the sequence now to just take it a little bit slower, okay? You may have thought, that was all right. So you may want to step it up a little bit. Whatever happens, we've got 12 minutes, all right? So pace yourself, and then we're going to have a little cool down. You're on fire. All right, I'm going to move Madonna out of the way. And are we ready? So do you remember what we started with last time? I do. That's because I've got it written down. Little kicks. Now, when we're kicking out, just be careful not to lock out that knee. So we're kicking from the hips, drawing those lower abdominals in. Good. Now, we have that chance of doing that little canoe movement. It's like a figure of 8 with these arms. Now, if that's too much, just go to bicep curl or chest press. Forgot when we started now. Brilliant, guys. That's got to be 30 seconds. Okay, I know where we're at. Have you any trust at all? Okay, I'm going to change my arms just to show you what we can do. Good. Bicep curl. Brilliant, guys. So this is that little kick. So it's a really nice way of getting back into it. Good. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to recover. So my recovery gives me a chance to see how my breathing is. There's little side taps. Are we ready? 3, 3, 2, 1, go. Tap and in. Good. Now I'm going to choose my arms. I'm going to take them out to the side. Brilliant. Now, keep those feet going. I'm going to change my arms. Good. So I'm going to take that pec deck. That's what I wanted to do here. Open and shut. Good. Open. So we're really working that upper back. I'm going to show you from this angle. Just squeeze. Keep that chin drawn to the back of the neck. I'm going to go a little bit faster. But don't feel you have to go at this speed. Find your rhythm, your speed. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, guys. Cool, you can really feel that in the shoulders, can't you? Okay. So, we've got that heel kick, that hamstring curl. Ready? I'm going to want to row. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good. So, we're adding the row. We're going to squeeze these elbows behind us. Keep that chest lifted, guys. Brilliant work. Good. So just find your range, find your speed. Great. Something that we can keep this repetitive movement and the big muscles going. Those muscles, they need fuel. Okay, so they're going to be, you're burning your calories, you're burning energy. They need oxygen. That's why we're breathing a little bit faster. Good. And the more we challenge them, the better they get at doing it, as long as we don't overdo it. Good. Now we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to recover. Woo! Shake your arms out. My arms need shaking. So, remember those little knee bends? What we're going to do this time, we're going to go into those squats. Now, you can do it without the chair. You can do it with the chair. All right, are we ready? We're going to just push that bottom behind the heels. Show you this angle. Lifting that chest. Good. Now, just make sure those knees aren't doing this. If they're doing this, we're going to put pressure on them. So you almost want those knees in line with that second toe. We are hinging at the hips as if you're about to sit down. So if you're not sure, put that chair there. Put that chair there. Use it as a target. And then if you do happen to lose that balance, the chair's there to support you, but you need it against that wall. Brilliant. Remember, we can do from seated to standing or stand to sit. Good. We're going to do 2 more, guys. Last one. Move the chair out of the way. Walk it out. Ooh. Good, it's getting warm now. I might have to take the extra t-shirt off. All right, so we've got side steps. Should we try doubles? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back. Good. I'm going to go faster. Should we add that window washing? 2 on each side. Feel free to grab a cloth, make this worthwhile. Any mirrors there? We've got too much. That's the joy of winter, isn't it? You can't see the dust or the dirt. Yes, leave spring for a bit. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, guys. Great work. So, ready for that knee lift? Let's go. Good. So you can do this with the arms. You can do it without the arms. You can make the arms smaller. You can make the arms bigger. Keep that chest lifted. Notice I'm not leaning forwards with that chest. Fantastic, guys. Okay, keep it going. Ooh, we got a bit of schwaddy waddy. We've got it on shuffle today. I don't know what it's going to get. Brilliant, guys. Keep it up. Keep that lovely rhythm going. Fantastic. How are we feeling? Good. All right, we're going to get a few more seconds, about 10 seconds of this. If you need to make it smaller, just make it smaller. Make it slower if that breath is coming too fast. 3, 2, 1, and use that recovery if you need it, but keep those feet moving. All right, whew. This little section's a toughie, backward lunge. Ready, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in. Good, you got it. This beat is better for me today. Good. Backward lunge. So even though those arms are moving, these shoulders are nice and relaxed. Long neck. That's it. That's beautiful, guys. Okay, just think. The end is nigh. As in the end of the session, okay? Just in case you thought I was predicting anything else. Okay, 10 seconds. You can do this, guys. All right. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, remember those press-ups. I'll swap them around this time. So take that W position. If you have a resistance band and no wall, you can use the resistance band. Okay, I'm going to show you on this wall this time so I can watch you. Good. Now, don't do what I'm doing. I'm turning my head to look at you. Look at that space just above the hands. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Excellent, guys. I'm going to just check. Yep, that's good. That's good. Keep that long neck. Good. And don't worry so much about the feet because actually we're stretching those legs a little bit as we push in and out. So the legs are moving. Last one. And hold it there. Well, you can come out of it. Walk it out, guys. All right. Are you ready? I'm going to give you a choice this time. You can do side steps or jacks, or you can do the 2 moves. 2 steps this way, 2 jacks. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Step together, step and tap. Good. Tap, step back, step together, step and jacks, jack. Good. Side steps, step together, step together, jack. Well, I'm never going to keep up with this beat, so we'll just stay with this rhythm. Good. Okay, we got this. Just side step or jack if you don't like the coordination there. Brilliant, guys. Nice, relaxed shoulders. Fantastic. Let's go back. Jack. Last one. Last set of jacks. And walk it out. Okay. Ready to punch? Now, this is a good punching song. Good. Now, if you're finding your shoulders are sore, just punch lower. Make sure we can relax those arms. We can punch up. We can punch to the side. We can punch down. We can punch to the other side. We can punch forwards. We can slow it down. Brilliant, guys. Keep it up. You're almost there. After this, we've got 2 little exercises and actually very much strength-based. Good. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Just recover. And then if you're using your light weights, we're going to get your weights, so your tins, your drinks of water. So we did a little bit of this one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just gently walk on the spot, and we're going to either take one arm at a time or we're going to take both arms together. Good. So keep those feet moving if you can. Leaving, moving. This means that we're not going to push that blood pressure up unnecessarily. So the big muscles of the legs are helping keep the blood pressure nice and even, nice and controlled down. Good. Now, as we do this, the other thing that walking on the spot helps us avoid doing is doing this when we're pushing the arms up. So keep that tummy button drawn in. If this doesn't work for you, just squeeze those elbows behind you, okay? So take a rowing action. Nice little W action. Looking straight ahead. Brilliant. We're just going to do 2 more of these, guys. 2. And breathing out. Good. Now, we can take those weights. We can either hold on to them and not use the support for the next one, or we can put them down. We're going to go straight into those heel raises. Strengthen out those calf muscles. So we're going to come into heel raises. Good. Now we're going to do just half the session this. Then if you're feeling a little bit fruity without the dumbbells, we're going to see if we can come up onto tiptoe, take a little reach. Good. Now this is only to be done if you don't need support, or if you need support, hold on and just do it with one arm. So we're coming onto tiptoe, reaching down. So I'm just going through some of the little balance exercises that you're going to find on the balance calendar that we emailed you this month. So some of them don't make huge amounts of sense just reading, but if you watch the little videos, there's a demo of each. And we're going to take one more, bring it down. Heel digs, guys. Slow heel digs. All right. Oh, it's not like the Steve Wright show, is it? But that's my round of applause for you. Well done. I'll just turn Brucey off. So that was an excellent session. Well done, guys. I hope you're feeling okay. Have some water. Have a little drink. I don't know if you're like me, but I know it's wet and damp, but it's surprisingly warm when you get moving. So if you do feel at all cold this weekend, the rest of the day, just see if you can take a little walk on the spot if you're not going out, and just try and keep moving, and that will help. Will help with everything, actually. So let's see if we can just gently walk on the spot. So we're going to take a little roll of these shoulders, relax the shoulders down. Quite a lot of sneaky upper body movement there, quite a lot of shoulder work. So if you think, oh, I can feel I've worked there, you have, all good. If it's too much, just email me, okay? And I'll give you a few tips. So we're going to just take those little side steps, not as big or as fast as we were doing earlier. So we're going to bring the heart rate down. We're going to bring the heart rate down. And while we're doing that, let's take that slow window washing move. Breathing in, pushing that breath out. Good. Breathing out. Brilliant. Okay. We're just taking that movement. Oh, I can see Stead has sent me a message. Oh, if only I had my glasses right here. I'm going to come a bit closer. Let's just make those movements a little bit smaller. We're going to roll those shoulders. You are so right, Stead. It is a dreary day, and I'm feeling so much better having spent time with you all. So I hope you feel better too. And let's all think of something nice we can do inside today. I made bread with my son the other day, which was all really good fun until we split it and I was making perfect rolls and I saw the shapes that he made. I'm going to go no further, but smutty is all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where he's come from. Anyway, we're going to bring those feet down now and we're going to take those little taps behind you. So feel free to bake bread today and not to make smutty shapes like a 10-year-old. Okay, so we're just going to squeeze and bring it up. squeeze, and bring it in. Squeeze and in. And then we're going to see if we can take a step behind us and let's stretch these calf muscles out. So it's amazing how when these get tight, they're really uncomfortable. So we're going to press the heel to the floor. We're going to lift that chest and we're going to breathe out. And then we're just going to gently, gently lift that foot, bring it in. And I'm going to do the other foot. I'm going to show you what I tend to do. Tend to stand next to a wall or something solid, feet fairly close to it. And I tend to almost push away from the wall as I press that foot to the floor. And we've got the heel at 6 on that clock face, the big toe at 12. Nice relaxed shoulders and always breathing out. And then we're going to lift that heel, bring it back in. Good. Let's take a nice breath in. Let's take a nice breath out. It's as if these lungs are being filled by the action of the arms. Breathing in and pushing that breath out. Now, let's take a nice wide stance. Just tuck that bottom under, breathe in. And as we breathe out, just going to lift that chest. Feel that lovely stretch down the trunk. Breathe in and breathe out. Just move those feet. Let's do the same on the other side, shall we? So we're just reaching as we breathe out and then really gently. So it's almost like we're lifting from here. And then you get that beautiful stretch, the muscles in the back, the trunk. And you can get a little bit of hip coming into that one. And then we're just going to walk it out again. Good. Walk it out again. Let's see if we can take those little taps out to the side. Little taps out to the side. And relax the shoulders. Slide those shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom. And then we're going to hold it there. Let's see if we can walk that hand over the shoulder. So this is all about just reaching down that back. And then we're going to just support that stretch, placing that hand on the fleshy part of the arm. And we're just going to see how far we can reach down that back. And this is such a wonderful stretch. It's one of those stretches we can release that no one really likes doing. But once we lose that ability to reach over that shoulder, things become really challenging. So even if that is your point of tension here, let's just keep doing that stretch and we'll see if maybe over weeks and months, we can increase that range. And certainly for those of you that can reach over that shoulder, it's all about maintaining that ability to reach as well. Fabulous. So let's shake it out. Let's shake those legs out. Let's shake those arms out. Now, we're going to see if we can stretch out the hip flexors, which is the front of the legs here, and then we're going to do the backs of the legs. So we're going to, as if we were taking a calf stretch, I like to hold onto this wall, and I'm going to lean forward slightly as I step back. Now I'm going to bend this knee, my hips are square on, and I'm going to lift this chest. And I'm almost tucking that bottom under till I get stretch here. Okay, and then I'm going to lean forwards again, use that wall to come up. Okay, and I'm going to change legs. So we'll just walk it out again, and then making sure those feet are hip width apart, hips are square on. We're going to take that nice generous step behind. I'm going to bend that knee. Just make sure this front heel is on the floor. So we're supporting that knee joint, and then we're going to lift the chest. And as you lift the chest, see if you can gently push this hip bone forwards. Brilliant. It's a horrid stretch, but it's a great stretch, if that makes sense. And then we're going to come up. Good. All right. Horrid stretch, but a great stretch. I think most stretches are horrid stretches. Now, we're going to breathe in, but they're all great in their own little way. We're going to breathe out. Brilliant. So we're going to really take that lovely full range, and we're going to breathe out, and we're going to bring those hands behind us. We're going to see if we can hold on to the fingertips. While you do that, see if you can almost retract the shoulders, open out this chest, I'm laughing, that'll be the postman every week, same time when we're stretching. And we're just going to draw those shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom. And then we'll release and we'll shake it out. Good. So I said we're going to do hamstrings, and then I immediately decided not to. So we're just going to gently walk it out again. And then we're going to do, you've got that wall for support if you need it. We're going to take a small step in front. We've still got those feet hip width apart. And then we're going to just keep that front leg straight, hinge at the hips, just take your weight onto that supporting leg till we feel that stretch down the back of the thigh. Good. Then we're going to come all the way up. We're going to come back down into that same leg. And if you can, we're going to lift the toe of that front foot away from the floor. So we're keeping a nice long back. So we're just increasing that stretch ever so slightly and always breathing out. We're going to bring it all the way up, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So the other way of doing this, apart from doing that, is actually to soften both knees. This works quite well. I'll see if I can turn so you can see, and then take a small step forward so that this leg is straight. I'll show you at this angle. So that's another way this works really well standing if you struggle to get into that. And then we're going to come out and we're going to come back. See if we can draw that toe away from the floor. Don't worry if you can't. If it's enough, it's enough. We're just taking it to your stretch point, not any further. And then we're going to breathe out, bring it up, just walk it out. Oh, so we'll just take a nice, relaxed circle. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we're going to see if we can stretch out your quadricep muscles. So we're going to make sure we got some support. I'm going to show you if you struggle to hold on to the back of this foot. If you stand sort of maybe a step away from a sturdy chair, you can stretch this muscle out by knocking your tins over, by taking that action, okay? And then you can change sides. Otherwise, we're going to relax from that stretch. We're either just going to bend at the knee, keep that chest lifted so you want shoulder, hip and knee in line. And if you feel confident, we can hold on to the back of the trouser leg, back of the trainer, sock, front of the trainer if you're pretty flexible there. And then we're going to release. Good. And then we're going to bring it down. So we're going to feel those feet firmly on the floor. We're not going to let the rain and the grey get us down. And we're going to finish with some lovely breaths. So you're going to breathe in, just breathing, filling those lungs. And then we're going to breathe out. And then we're going to think about breathing down towards the belly button. And then pushing that breath out through the mouth. Brilliant. And we're going to take one more breath. And then give those fingers a wiggle. Give those toes a little shake. And it is, I can't believe it's the 30th of October, but it's a Friday. So have a great weekend, as great as it can be. Halloween tomorrow. I don't know whether to feel a little bit guilty that I'm quite relieved that we don't have to do the whole Halloween thing. It's like the Halloween Scrooge. But whatever you're doing, let it be wonderful. Let it be better than you expected. And I look forward to seeing you at this class next Tuesday. And if you're coming to some of the other classes, them too. Goodbye, my friends. Enjoy.